Hello, welcome to Human Services 143. This video is the introductory video. We'll probably have a video most weeks because I do go back and review some of the answers to the questions that you have or material that I think I need to enhance, that you didn't quite get it or that I didn't quite understand or however. But anyway, there will be a very short video almost every single week. And I encourage you to read it. Obviously, you don't have to or listen to it, but would prefer that you do so. I'd like to talk for just a minute about what happens in this class or what is going to be happening, just to give you an idea, because many of you have been calling me and asking me some questions. This is psychosocial rehabilitation, the practice class, and there's a reason for that. You do not have any hours required where you have to go out and volunteer. And that's because this is an online class and it's too difficult to do that as part of it. But the assignments that you have are meant to train you to rethink how you would do your job in any kind of organization or activity that relates to the social science area that you're going to be in. And that could be drug dependency, it could be human services in general. You could be working in the Salvation Army. That it could be your goal to be a professional YMCA person. Whatever it is, this is to give you a new look at approaches to use that do not go back to the traditional of assigning somebody a therapist, either a group therapist or an individual therapist that they see on a regular basis. That's only part of psychosocial rehabilitation. So you need to define those terms, and we're going to start doing that almost immediately in this unit. Excuse me. Sorry if I cough. I just have a little case of pneumonia going on here, and so I may get a little rough on some stuff. Every week you will have, when the module opens on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, you will have a discussion, and you must have at least 2 entries on your discussion. You can have 10 if you want to. And they're really interesting. I really enjoy reading what you say to each other and how you take some topics that you're going to be given each week and how you express how you feel and how you're going to react to how maybe somebody else feels, supportive, maybe helpful, whatever. Anyway, I get really into looking at what you say. I don't comment much on what you say because you need to talk to each other. The domains. Many of you have asked me about the domains. CASRA and USPRA, or PRA as they call it now, which is the national organization, have a test that you can take to get certified as a professional psychosocial rehabilitation person. And that's part of the goal of this particular class. And the domains are very important. I have listed them in Start Here, and I would suggest you read at least the titles of what they are. And you will find them referred to in the book. Or you can go back into the book from 142 and you can also find the domain information. And if you have a question on that after we once get into it, then we'll go over it. I wanted to talk about the book for a minute. This is the book for this class. Backwards. It's always good. No, I guess it's not backwards. Anyway, at the moment, the books in the bookstore have no covers. It seems that all of our books are coming as destroyed documents. And so you will not be held responsible for the book for the first 2 weeks of class. And then we're going to see how that goes. So the questions may be different than they've ever been in the past. And I'll let you know on how that goes. And you won't have a question assigned to you until week 2. And that will be, the material will still be out of the book. It's just that it will be worded differently than if it was, page 27 in the book. The questions that you get from that I ask you to answer, you need to make sure that you do your homework on that. You don't just come up with an answer, put it there, and don't give any basis for why you chose that answer or tell where you got the information that makes your answer correct. So, this is more critical thinking than it is just kind of, oh, this is how I feel, this is what I think. So be sure you back up your answers with where you got your answers. How do you know that? How do you know it's true? How do I know you know it's true? And, there'll be times when you can redo things, but you don't always just get to redo it. But I may call you on the phone or whatever and say, I don't like your answer. Tell me it again. Talk to me about it on the phone. So don't be surprised if you get a call from me. There are 3 assignments instead of a term paper. And it's specifically because we are goal-oriented. We want you to learn how to resolve situations and how to be able to plan about psychosocial rehabilitation. The fieldwork assignment, which is coming up in another week or so, that assignment is done for a reason. The Houston Family Resource Center is an excellent example of how psychosocial rehabilitation works. You get to see it. Trust me, it's the easy way to answer the questions on this particular assignment. And I understand, I tried to give you plenty of time to arrange schedules before school began. That's why you got emails on this 2 weeks before school started. But I also understand that sometimes it's difficult to make those arrangements. We will go to Houston. The question that you're going to have, the assignment in lieu of it, is very different than going on the field trip. So just as long as you're aware that it will be different, and it will be on Blackboard, but it will not open until week 3. That's a 5-point assignments because I hate math so much. I never do more than 2 columns, so we only have 100 points in this class. Everybody can add that. And so this is 5% of your grade on just this one assignment. It makes it pretty important in terms of the total points for you for your grades. The other 2 parts of that, and they'll come up later, much later in the semester, are 2 videos. One is The Wild Child, which will be online. At one point, I tried to have a movie night, but so that you could get to know each other, see each other, and discuss the answers and stuff with each other. But most of you don't seem to want to do that. And in case you're wondering what's moving behind me, that is Rose. And at the moment she's being good, but she may jump over my shoulder, so just be prepared. She likes to be part of teaching here. The other movie is one called Nobody's Child. It too is online, and you can watch it there. If for any reason you do not wish to watch the videos, you do not have to do so. But you are responsible for all of the information that's included in those videos because they are both based on fact. So you can research it when you come to the answers, answering the questions that you will have on that. Or you'll find, I think, that if you watch the video, it's a lot easier sometimes to get the answers to the questions. But here again, on things like field trips and videos, I can't require that you actually see those. I am only saying to you that you're still responsible for all the information. I just think that videos can make things not necessarily easier, but sometimes more interesting. And so that's why they're there for your use. But between those 3 assignments in lieu of a term paper, that's 15% of your grade, 5 points each. And there are some bonus points that are going to be associated there, but I'll tell you about the bonus points at a later date. You can look and start here, and I'll tell you about grading. It's real simple. And if you haven't taken an online class before, you can always check your grade. I try to do grading immediately each week. So when you have everything in by noon on Tuesdays, I start grading your papers and start posting those grades. So you can check and see what you didn't get in or what you did. Blackboard registers every time you go on, so I can tell when you've been in the system. So there's no mistaking the fact that, oh, Blackboard must have screwed up, because that's not what happens. It has a date and time when you actually went on for any particular assignment online. And if you have questions on that, not trying to make it difficult for you, in fact, it's trying to make it easier for you to get things done, do feel free to call me once we get started here if you have questions or concerns. Things come up with people, illness, death, whatever. It's all going to happen during the semester, and I'm certainly willing to work with you. But having the flu 6 times is a little difficult sometimes. I have a problem with that one. So, be kind to yourself, and just remember that you need to call and discuss things with me before we talk about doing any makeups or anything. So, on that happy note, that's for this week. The assignments will open tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And as I say, they go until Tuesday at noon. And I look forward to seeing any of you that can come to the field trip. I think you'll really, really enjoy the young man who does that tour for us of what Houston's all about. And I think you'll like seeing how things can really work when it's teamwork and everybody works together. I think that's what makes it exciting. Exciting, and as I say, as fun. Schools have used that technique forever when you deal with children in K through 12. Not so much with the adult system of care, but definitely with children. And it uses all the resources, helps people use their own resources, and you might want to remember that. Psychosocial rehabilitation is all about the individual making their own choices and decisions about what will make life function for them. Anyway, I'm excited about meeting all of you, and you just have a good week. And I'll let you know about the textbook. Hold on to your textbooks, because we will get back to them, and I will be using it. It just depends on how you get to see it. Talk to you later.